morning to all of you. So thanks for joining for this session on migrating the workloads to AWS. I want to thank you for joining for this session. This is a recording of everything that we would be doing in the actual session, but this is also something that you can use it for your reference. Like everything that I'll be teaching is in case if you wanted to refer again the steps that we do on this actual demonstration during the classes, you can use this. So my name is Gokul. I'm a solution architect, and I am going to be the person who's going to help you learn this migration to AWS. And we will be using all the AWS native services. So let's get started. And I would like to set expectation on how the session is going to be. Most of the videos that I'm recording are going to be around 15 minutes maximum, but some of the videos which needs extensive explanation, or the one that takes time, like a replication of one server to another, these may go up to 28 to 30 minutes maximum, but we'll try to keep it as short as possible so that it's not so boring for you to just sit and watch everything that I'm talking. Or after watching this video, if you have any doubts, you can make a note of it, and when we connect during a session, you can actually clarify those as well. So that's the agenda, and I don't have any PPTs that I'll be just sharing and walking or reading through. So what I'll be doing is I'll be mostly using my notepad for making notes of everything that I'm explaining it to you, as well as I'll be showing you the reference architectures and the documentation, and the links that I'll be using for this demonstration. So just to give you a heads up on what exactly we're doing, we will be migrating the workloads, right? So this is the architecture that I will be using. So technically, we have something called as AWS Workshop Studio, which is what I'll be using to deploy. So before that, I'll just give you a walkthrough. So now I'll be deploying the source environment, which is 5 servers, two app servers and two backend DBs. One is going to be a WordPress web app and its DB, which is Maria, and there will be one more Java application, and the backend will be a Postgres DB. So, and then there will be one jump box or a bastion server. So this is what we'll be migrating. So not the bastion server. So these four will be first migrated from one VPC to another VPC. The reason I'm saying VPC is because this is a simulated setup, right? It's like a completely pre-configured setup. So as soon as I deploy the infrastructure using AWS CloudFormation template, everything gets created on the left side, and by using the migration tools and techniques, whatever we have, we'll be migrating these four to the other VPC. Just consider this as your source, or this is your on-premise. From here, we'll be migrating these four to the right side, which is your AWS network. But in reality, they both left and right are AWS, but just pretend or assume that this is on-prem, and here we are going to move it to AWS, because to get these application code and the database, all of it, it's not possible to get it on-prem. Hence, I've simulated it on AWS itself. So we'll be, once it is migrated, this is called lift and shift approach, right? Like you just take it from here, shift it here, lift and shift. But once it is migrated to the AWS cloud, or on the right side, we'll take these two databases alone and we'll modernize it. Why? What is modernization? From the lift and shift. Lift and shift is like taking 4 servers and putting it on another 4 server. But modernization is we'll be taking it from the server and moving it to the relational database services, RDS. So that the scaling, the read replicas, backups, and the performance, all of it is taken care. So that's what you call modernization. So moving away from infra as a service to the platform as a service, or a database as a service. So that's what I call it as a modernization. So this is the end-to-end goal of this migration sessions. So from here, we'll be moving it to the right, and then we'll be modernizing the database. Okay, so that's it about the architecture. Now coming to the lab, I told you I'll be using the lab for walking through the demo, right? So this is what the hands-on lab is. I'll also give you the link that can be I'll also add this link in the note so you can use it for your reference. So it is part of the AWS Workshop Studio, and if you see, explore your environment, and this is what I just showed you. So this is the architecture. So it has got multiple steps. Okay, first is the assess, mobilize, and migrate. These are the three steps that are part of any migration. And you can see this is assess, discovery, migration, and then the modernization. So these are the three steps that I'll be doing, and then finally we'll be using the cleanup tools to delete everything. So this is just an introduction to what is expected from this session. So we'll first deploy this architecture, and then we'll migrate these four servers. And once it is migrated, we'll be modernizing the database servers alone, and everything is using AWS native service. And if you do this migration twice or thrice on your own, you can be super confident about your migration capabilities, because it literally covers all the length and breadth of the migration capabilities that one would use during an on-prem migration. So the same techniques, same methods can be used when you are migrating even 500 servers. So sounds good. Can we get started? So I have an AWS account, and all the servers will be migrated from Oregon to Oregon, basically one VPC to another VPC, and that's it. So we'll see the rest, like whatever the doubts you have, or if you have any questions, feel free to make a note of it. So when we connect, I'll clarify those. So let's get started. So I'll just stop the recording here, and in the next video we will deploy the actual infrastructure using the CloudFormation template. Okay, thank you. I'm stopping the recording of this one.